All right guys, Garrett here with Deranged Off-Road. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I know we're all about UTVs and all that kind of stuff, but today we're going to be talking about e-bikes. So we actually have a certain e-bike that we're going to be going over. We're going to unbox it, put it together, try it out on some terrain, and then I'm going to give you an overall 0 to 10 rating. So here we go. We just got done showing the unboxing and putting together of the new e-bike by TST. It's a 002 moped style e-bike, and so far it's been great. So my son's been able to ride it around for a little while to kind of get used to it, to see how well it holds up. He's put just over 200 miles on it, and now it's time for me to get on it and do some testing out in the dirt. And I think we're gonna hit a little bit of sand too. I've seen on different social media pages and the website and different things about these electric bikes going over the sand. So the other big thing I wanted to talk to you about is basically the whole function of the bike so far. It's really easy to use. There's an app that links to it. All that stuff's been really simple to use for my son, and so far it's been a great all-around bike. And on top of that, it's pretty fast. It runs pretty dang fast. So after we get done riding around, checking it out in the sand and some of the dirt, I'll go ahead and give you a review on what I think about the overall performance of this moped style e-bike. Of course, it has pedals, making it completely legal, and give you some of the top things that I really liked about it, and the benefits that we have using something like this in our town here in southern Utah. So let's jump into it. Let's get on the trail some, and let's see how it performs. Safety first, boys. So anyways, here we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out on this dirt road back here and rip it around, but of course I'm wearing my helmet. Can you hear me all right? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's kind of see how stable it is on this rocky dirt road. Hopefully I don't eat crap. Where you going, boy? See that air back there? That's right. All right guys, so as you see in the B-roll, we spent quite a bit of time just riding the bike around and in some different terrain. So I'll have Tayson kind of show you guys around a little bit, and I'll kind of point where we're at. So we're in Warner Valley. Out here you can ride all the way out into the Arizona and their single track stuff. If you come over this way, you actually get to the bottom part of Sand Hollow, which is the sand dunes and the lake, the state park. You can see more of the wall over there in that direction, and you have all of that kind of rock climbing stuff up on top and all the trails. And then over here is where we came from, and that is actually St. George, Utah. And then you drive in over from that direction. If you point over here, you can actually go all the way into Arizona and all the way down to the Grand Canyon, clear over there. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of different terrain around here, and we had a good chance to try this out. So let me just kind of go over some of the things that do impress me about this bike, especially hauling around my big old fat butt. So first of all, I was actually shocked a lot by the tires. So when we first unboxed it, put it all together, I was a little worried about the tires holding up in different terrains, maybe getting a puncture or getting a flat of some sort pretty easy, but so far they have been great. So anyways, the last 3 or 4 miles we've been riding down on gravel roads that are really big rocks and everything, and this thing handled it pretty well. I was quite surprised. So second thing that we need to talk about is suspension. Overall, for someone like me, the suspension is still working pretty well. For someone like my son Chase, that's quite a bit lighter than I am, the suspension works great for him. So it's a perfect bike for him and his size, the suspension needs, all that kind of stuff. Everything so far has held up well, even out here in this kind of terrain. The next thing that I want to talk about is the seat. The seat is pretty dang comfortable. So riding on this for a little while, I've noticed that the seat absorbs some of the impact of the dirt roads and the different things, and the seat works out really well. The other side of it is that this bike comes fully with a headlight and blinkers. So if you bring that camera over here, oh shoot, I might have turned it off. Okay. All right, so if you look right here, it's kind of light. Hopefully we can see it. All you got to do is you can hit these blinkers, turn it off, and then you can hit the other one. So you have full blinkers, stoplight, headlight, all that kind of stuff for at night. And then you also have gears. So that's the one thing I didn't even do today. I didn't even switch gears or anything on the bike. Being out in the dirt and the sand and different stuff, it wasn't really needed. I wasn't doing much pedaling. I was mainly working the bike off of its electric motor. So far, as far as the gears, all that kind of stuff, that's all held up extremely well too. And then the other thing I'm impressed about is the motor itself. So this bike running around town will easily do like 30 miles an hour. So it rides around really, really fast. It's got a couple stages in here. So you want to link your phone to the bike, and then you use the app to do that. And then once you get linked, you're able to get on here and you can change a few settings from your phone. But I don't know if you can see that display very well. I probably just made it worse. But it's got a nice display on it. There's the battery usage we used, all that kind of stuff. But the other thing that I wanted to really talk about with this bike, probably one of the most important things, is the fact that in our town, they've really cracked down on like Surons and Talarias and all those kind of e-bikes, or motocrosses. I don't know, what do you call them, Tayson?
I don't know.
So anyways, those have been a problem in our town, and the police lately have really been cracking down on them. So my son's been wanting one of those for quite some time. I just decided not to, because I don't want him getting in trouble in town riding it on the streets and all that kind of stuff. So I really have been looking for an option that would be legal and a good option for him to kind of get around town and be out with his friends and all that kind of stuff, and this is it. So this e-bike right here fits that bill perfect. So first of all, in order to be legal in our town, you have to have pedals. This bike has pedals, it has gears. So this bike is fully legal to be in our town, and he can ride that around on sidewalks or on the biking trail, whatever, wherever he's getting. So that is the big reason why I've been wanting something like this. And it has worked out well so far. So he spends a lot of time at the high school already doing stuff for high school sports, going there early in the morning and back. He's able to jump on this. He's able to ride it wherever he needs to go. And so far he's been taking it to his friends, everything, everywhere, and all that. It's got, like I said, we haven't had it very long. It's already got over 200 miles on it. And so far it's been completely flawless. So if you guys are looking at jumping in and getting one of these for yourselves, they actually have a special running right now. Every time I look, they look like they've been running a special at about $8.99. Then you have tax on top of that, and you can get you one of these TST R002 e-bikes. So this is the moped style, and this is a great all-around bike if you're looking for something for your kid to jump on, use it some in the dirt, use it some transportation to get places with his friends, sports, or whatever it is. Or even if you're an adult and looking around to get around town, this is a good solution. As you know, I just wanted to kind of rank how it did in the terrain. So when it comes to the streets, sidewalk, pavement, all that kind of stuff, I give it a 10 out of 10. Works great, gets you there quickly, everything's awesome. When I rate it out here in the hard packed dirt and everything, I'll give it like an 8 or 9, which is really high. It rides well, it does well, it has enough power to get over some stuff and cruise around. It would have more power if it didn't have somebody so heavy on it. It would have worked out a lot better. Let's go to the sand. I'll just tell you right now, straight up and honest, I've seen these things used at the beach and whatnot. That is a different type of sand. St. George, southern Utah, has a red sand that's very soft, very dry, and this bad boy didn't want to go through it. So the sand was really difficult for this. This is something I wouldn't want to be taking in the deep sand like we have here, and most people aren't going to be, so it's really not a concern or an issue. But if I was down in California, Florida, or I had the bike in Hawaii and I was looking at like beach sand and driving down the beach and stuff, this would fit the bill. This would easily go through that. But not here in southern Utah, quite a bit different terrain. So overall, I guess I want to give my rating for my overall impression so far, with everything included as far as the build quality, how it's been handling, holding up, all that kind of stuff. And so far, with only having it for about a month and a half, I'm gonna give it like an 8.5, 9. It's holding up really well. So overall, no issues, and it's been fun to have, and we'll be excited to see how much more we use it and how many more miles my son puts on it.